Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute to LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute to LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
LT cooking your ass.
LTTV, whoever his channel name is called. I'm sorry for being the dusty. How about that?
If y'all want to keep up with the news and just shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV. That nigga know everything about everything. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, man, the GoFundMe is at $789. The last donation I got was last night, and I think that's when they paused it, so maybe I could have gotten more, but we'll keep going.
She said she was 22, but she was really 18. I ain't gonna tell the full story. We have a good 2-week conversation. I sent her some money, $5,000. I'm thinking she's 22. I'm 45 at the time, about to turn 46. She could have been 17. She could have been 16. I didn't ask for ID. 16, 17 to 21 or 22, they look the same. But this went on for like 6 months before I found out. Let me be honest with you. I've met women on the dating site, not in person, that turned out to be 16. Don't be surprised when the authorities kick your hotel room door in. She ain't got no damn ID.
Weirdo.
Come back to my channel, Sunshine Show.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get into this one. Okay, so we got a 2-part video for y'all. We have this guy, Sunshine's Shoulders. Pause. What kind of name is that? First of all, we got him and his weird escapades with his young children. These are young girls. He's talking about young women. He said he meets women that are 16 years old. I'm like, bro, that's not a woman. That is a teenager. That is a child. What is going on, sir? Are you trying to be Floyd? Now, in this video, he frames it as if he is the victim of young women targeting him, young girls targeting him. I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on here? So we have this video, a short video here, and then we got the entirety of Auston Holleman's new scam. Now, his new scam is absolutely filthy work. We have it covered by Nana Kwaku. I don't know how to say his last name. Shout out to Nana with the coverage of that. Certain other people are covering it too, but they're being meat huggers and they're not covering it genuinely. He's basically pulling a Dr. Umar Johnson. He thinks that Kenya needs a barber school, spearheaded by him. And the funny part about Auston Holleman in this entire thing is he can't even get his own hairline straight, but he's trying to do a barber school. Let's get into this because this is bad. I looked at this nigga's hairline. I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on? Ain't you like 28, bro? What is this, bro? The fuck is barber school? What is this, bro? Damn. And he really thinks Kenyans need a barber school like there isn't barber shops everywhere and they know how to cut hair. This is the most ridiculous grift of all time. We're going to get into this shortly, but like, come on, bro. Like, what broke? What recession like crazy, bro?
Get dude off the screen.
Oh, God.
Get dude off the screen, man.
Man, I ain't trusting anybody to cut my hair when their hair looks like that.
Don't fucking touch me!
Nah, man. All right, let's get into this.
Come back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for...
My bad, chat. I missed the super chat. We got a super chat hella earlier. Shout out to Kobe Thanos Tempo with the $2 super chat. You said Auston Holleman at it again with the shenanigans.
for stopping by again today. Honestly, man, these women over here are playing 3D chess. It's almost genius what they're doing. They can see 3 and 4 steps ahead of us.
Now, because he's an old trick, a passport bro going to the Philippines, you see a bunch of these guys going to the Philippines and in Thailand, trying to take advantage of these young girls and young women's financial situations. So they're going there to try to exploit them for their benefit, but he's basically saying that the girls are onto them, and the girls are playing 3D chess, and they're doing... let's get into this. This is just filthy work. Like, y'all are so old, y'all should not be talking to these minors.
Because most of us just have some type of brutish plan when we come over here. We just want to smash the woman and release decades of frustration. So I'm telling this story, not because I told it before. Hey! But I'm telling it to try to help me and understand what's really going on over here.
See, now this is my issue with this, because he's saying he's trying to let men know what's going on over here, as if these men, these passport bros, trying to take advantage of these impoverished young women and children, some of them targeting children, disgusting work. He's trying to say they're being taken advantage of. Well, I'm like, bro, like the men are being taken advantage of because the women are planning. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is not, you know what? Now, he's telling a story from the past when he was 45, 46. Now he is married with a woman in the Philippines. You know what? Let's get into his story because he tells details of his own relationship.
She said she was 22, but she was really 18. I ain't gonna tell the full story, guys. Remember, I just want you to understand what's really going on over here.
See, what's really going on over here. She said she's 22, but she was really 18. He's framing it as these older men are victims of these younger girls in their games. It's like, bro, y'all are attracted to really young girls. And that's an issue. That's pedophilia if it's minors. But y'all are getting tricked. Y'all aren't doing your due diligence. It's just the Floyd situation all over again. No checking of the IDs and trying to show the camera. Yeah, we're good. That's Floyd's situation. This is a little different, but he didn't check the IDs either.
For us, it's fun and games. For them, it's literally life and death. I like to talk about this every now and then because I see where people are still stumbling over themselves. We just won't listen as men. We just won't take advice. And then depending on who it's coming from, we'll shun it and pay the consequences. Dealing with married women, dealing with women who've been with foreigners before, just simple stuff. But anyway, you know, The script is real. I meet the woman online, you know, she's nice looking, she's attractive. Now this is early on. This is after my first trip to the Philippines, so I'm green. I don't know nothing. I don't know red flags to look out for. I'm on a pink cloud, man, and, you know, I meet the young lady. And, you know, we have a good 2-week conversation. I sent her some money, $5,000. I remember. That's a lot of money back then.
Now, you are traveling to the Philippines. You meet a young lady online. He's talking about back then, but you're clearly talking to her online, so it wasn't like it wasn't years. It wasn't like 20 plus years ago. Well, maybe, but nobody's using MSN Messenger as like a dating source. Like, this is probably Instagram days, or at least dating website days. You send her $5,000. You've been speaking to her for 2 weeks. This is some. I'll just pay for the bus, okay.
But, you know, she had my nose wide open, so she meets me at the airport. And everything is everything. I go to the province and meet her family and everything. No big deal. I'm thinking she's 22. I'm 45 at the time, about.
Now, you're 45 at the time, about to turn 46. You're thinking she's 22 based on what she told you, but you met her family and everything.
About to turn 46. Family was okay with everything, you know, so there's no reason for me not to believe her.
The family was okay with everything, so there's no reason for you not to believe her. You didn't check her ID. She looks like a child because she is a child. She's 18 years old. She's a teenager. I know they're like, oh, that's an adult 18. She's a teenager. You're 45 years old. You're meeting her parents and shit. She lives at the crib. Her parents are okay because you give her $5,000. That's going to change her life. 5,000 USD? Come on, man.
Come to find out, this young lady was 18, man. 18 years old. I was very fortunate, guys. She could have been 17. She could have been 16. I didn't ask for ID. "18 years old, I was very fortunate, guys. She could have been 17. She could have been 16. I didn't ask for ID. I've said this so many times that I'm starting to turn blue in the face. Really from like 16, 17 to 21 or 22, they look the same.
Come on out, you rapist! FBI, open up!
Starting to turn blue in the face. Really from like 16, 17 to 21 or 22, they look the same.
So from 16, 17 to up to 22, in your opinion, they look the same. So you are attracted to girls that look 16, 17, all the way up to 22. You, sir, this is predator behavior.
LT checked him. LT said,
These are the type of girls you're seeking. Notice I'm saying girls, not women, because these are girls. These are teenagers, sir. Disgusting work. And it's not only the first time this happened to him. He's talking about various stories about speaking to teenage girls. It was 18 this time by the luck of his draw. Oh, he was lucky she wasn't 17. I'm like, how are we certain that we can believe you, sir? You didn't check any ID. She said she was 22. You sent her all this money. You visited her. You're seeing her family and all. And then, let's get to the details.
But this went on for like 6 months.
This went on for 6 months.
Nasty bitch.
Now, you don't know that you're in the presence of a teenager for 6 months, and we damn well know you're clapping her cheeks. 6 months, bro? You're spending all this money? Like,
before I found out.
Before you found out. Man, that's a goddamn lie.
1 or 22, they look the same. But this went on for like 6 months before I found out. And the only reason I found out was because her and her best friend had the same birthday. And I bought the cake and everything. And the friend says, you know, we both turned 19 today. You know, happy birthday. And I was shocked. And, and I cut it off then, guys, but let me...
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Cool story, bruh. Cool story. So on her 19th birthday, you found out. They didn't cover it up. The friend just spilled the beans, and you walked away and cut it off straight after that, after dealing with this chick for 6 months, tricking on her, spending all sorts of money. You sent her $5,000 before you met her in the first 2 weeks. So Lord knows how much you spent throughout the duration of that 6 months. This is filthy.
To be honest with you, I've met women on the dating site, not in person, that turned out to be 16.
Now, he said women that turned out to be 16. Sir, what the hell is wrong with you?
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
16, that's not a woman. And then he prefaced it by saying online. He met them, but then he said, oh, online. So how did you meet them? What are you talking about, meet? You never met them. That was a Freudian slip. Now you're trying to cover your tracks. How you meeting 16-year-olds, bruh?
And I was shocked. And, and I cut it off then, guys, but let me be honest with you. I've met women on the dating site, not in person, that turned out to be 16. Because our man's is somewhere else. It's a game to us, man. A lot of you guys don't even understand. We don't even think the same way they think. Be honest, when's the last time that you worried about where your next meal is gonna come from? You probably didn't. You probably haven't. You live so good, What you take for granted, people over here, I'm talking about the women that we meet, obviously, not all Filipinos.
Yo, bro, if you don't get this guy the fuck out of here, what the hell? Yo, what type of speech is this? They don't know where their next meal is, where it's coming from. It's a game to y'all. People don't think like y'all. Y'all are, this sounds like the most predatory speech of all time.
They go through that every single day. Something called absolute poverty, abject poverty.
So that's the type of women y'all are leaving America to see in the Philippines. Passport broing it down. Abject poverty. Are you serious, sir?
She's on a whole different level than you. She's on a whole different game plan. She knows how shallow we think. For them, they put it all on the line. This may be their only chance. People, they get mad at you when you say, it's an audition. It really is. Because a lot of these women, they ain't gonna fool with one foreigner. They're not gonna fool with a bunch of y'all. So she's got one chance. Hey, fine, good time. To make a great impression. So she's gonna tell you everything you wanna hear. She's gonna do everything. Because really, she only has two choices, or two options. Either pussy whoop you, or you fall in love. If neither of them two happen, she doesn't have a chance. So yeah, she's gonna eat you alive, blow you up, swallow the grandkids and do everything she has to do. Meanwhile, you're sucking it all up. I mean, you're literally sucking it all up. You're on cloud nine, your nose is wide open. You don't realize she's going in for the kill. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's why I make the video today.
Yo, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. These motherfuckers are the victim in every story, at every corner. How did you spin this into the men that are coming here to take advantage of impoverished girls to being the victims? Oh, they know exactly what they're... Bro, this is ridiculous. How are y'all the victims? Oh, it's not real love. She knows what she's doing. She's taking advantage. But bro, like, what is this?
They will literally do anything. They'll lie. They'll tell you they're older than what they are. A lot of guys have got in trouble over here.
Well, that's y'all fault, first of all, for being attracted to minors. Secondly, y'all do not ask for any ID if it's a young woman that could be on the line, very young. She could be in her early 20s. Y'all ain't checking any ID to verify that she's actually a young woman and not a teenage girl. Y'all nasty, but now y'all want to play the victim. Oh, they're targeting men out here to be predators? How are they targeting the predator to be? All right, man.
For that, don't be surprised when the authorities kick your hotel room door in. A lot of guys have got in trouble over here for that. Don't be surprised when the authorities kick your hotel room door in. She ain't got no damn ID. That's the type of stuff that's going on over here. But you over here playing games. See, that's what we do. It's all about sex for us.
You notice how he's saying we and us. He's talking to his coalition of men that do this shit. Bros that grab their passport, go to Thailand, go to the Philippines, and try to take advantage of impoverished women. He's talking to that class of dude specifically. And he's saying us because he's part of the group.
She's playing 3D chess. We're playing checkers. Otherwise, how in the world does a woman with a pair of deuces beat a man with, hey man, good time, with a royal flush?
Now, a woman with a pair of deuces is beating a man with a royal flush. So how are you the victim? You have the stronger hand in the game of poker. How do you potentially lose to a pair of deuces? Did you fold your hand? That is you. Now you're conveniently the victim.
Happens all the time. Happened to me. By the time you wake up, man, it's too late. But when you have these type of real life discussions, man, people just think it's entertainment. You know, when I made that short.
See, this is the problem. People just think it's entertainment. Now you're confirming that this is reality. All this passport broing and all this taking advantage of impoverished women for the cheek clapping. This is a reality. Folks are doing this shit for real, for real. This is not entertainment, and you're confirming it. Well, Rello already confirmed it and various others, but come on, man.
The other day from my live stream, just a 45-second to 1 minute short about buying that engagement ring. And man, it got so many views. It's approaching 8,000 views, probably 50 comments, and hey, I'm Buntai. It lets me know that people can relate, because in the comments, go back and look in those comments. Oh, I did that before. Yeah, you can't do that. It happened to me. But it was a laptop or a gold chain or whatever it was. The things we do for love, the things we do for affection.
Bro, it's not love. Yes, affection. These incels. These motherfucking incels that can't get anything in their home country, so they come here and take advantage of these women. And then they try to do it for financial gain by being a quote-unquote passport bro or a travel YouTuber who is influencing others to do this while they're making a YouTube income, and these other motherfuckers don't have remote work, so they can't do the same type of lifestyle. They can't replicate your lifestyle, but they're trying to influence this shit. Folks are always like, y'all are dick policing and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, y'all don't, the people that say that, first of all, y'all don't fucking get it. Folks have been shut down in various countries for sex tourism. Colombia is the latest country that's putting their foot on niggas' necks as it relates to that. Some people say white boys have been doing it for centuries, but have they been doing it with the camera, trying to sell people this shit, trying to advertise it to these folks globally that this country is down for the sex tourism, as passport bros have been doing? There's a reason why passport bros have been getting labeled by various countries and put on watch list. They're not saying black men from America. They're not saying North American black men. They're not saying black men at all. They're not cornering black men with this. It's not about black men. It's about passport bros. It's about a specific type of dude with a specific type of intention. And these folks grab the label. That's why this is why mediocre tutorials and reviews is trying to talk about freedom boys and freedom bros, and he's trying to rename it. He's trying to rename it and rebrand it because he already knows the passport bro wave has been sullied. We've covered this in the past with various passport bros losing their channel. Giamo went out and said, Giamo Jackson Carter, he said he lost his channel because of the Floyd situation. Skylar DeRuin was talking wild, talking greasy about Brazil, blah, blah, blah. He's going to do X, Y, and Z. He's going to have these parties. Right after the Floyd situation, he got his channel slapped. So it's like they were deplatforming passport bros rampantly. Folks are getting banned from countries. They're putting foot on necks. We're going to have to pull up the reports so folks understand what's going on.
And connection. But that's why I tell stories like this, because I know you can relate. I know you've done it before. The script is real, guys. By the time you get over here, she's already 5 steps ahead of you. She's already trying to figure out how much money to ask you to send her every month. Because you're going to have the best 2 weeks of your life. She's going to let you do whatever you want to do to her. She's not even going to question it. How do I know? Because my son's mother told me that. Her friend had dealt with some foreigners before.
Pay attention to this. His son's mother told him that she has dealt with some foreigners before. Now this detail, because his son's mother seems like she's one of a Filipino woman out here that he's trying to take advantage of, or he tried to take advantage of, because what he describes their relationship as is one of, you know what? Play it.
And after we had such a wild night, I was like, what's this all about? She said, well, my friend told me to, whatever you asked me to do it.
So your son's mother is one of these young girls that you were taking advantage of, and whatever you wanted her to do it because you had the money. This is nasty work.
Survey said.
I was like, wow. I had no idea. If you only listen, they'll tell you what's going on. But we're not listening. We think we know it all. And the guys we following, they're fucking up. They're stepping in the shit too. Somebody sent me a link the other day.
The guys they're following. These are grown-ass men following other grown-ass men on YouTube. This is pathetic. Where are y'all fathers?
Fooling with a married woman. Oh, we gotta break it off. Well, we told you not to fool with married women in the beginning, but you're the exception. All you guys watching me now, you're the exception. It's not gonna happen. Well, it's already happened. Hell, Maryland got a brand new house out there, deal. 2 brand new houses, a lot, brand new motorcycle, college education for her daughter that's gonna break the cycle. This is not a regret. I'm telling you that they're playing 3D chess, guys. All you worried about is a damn blowjob, a tune-up. They literally lay down to come up.
Now they lay down to come up as if you are the victim of getting the cheeks that you're paying for. You can't make this shit up. This is another level of patheticness. Shout out to Kobe Thanos Temple with the $2 super chat. You said discuss what Keith and Pob Travels are doing in Kenya. And what Keith and Pob are doing in Kenya, you probably know better than me. I'm not paying attention to what Keith and Pob are doing in Kenya. I don't know anything about them niggas. I'm gonna have to. I don't know what's going on with those folks.
You think it's love. But
I'm telling y'all, there's too many of these passport bros dusting it up for me to keep up with these folks. I don't know what's going on with those folks.
Make these real life videos, man. I really be trying to help you guys, man.
He really be trying to help folks. This guy's name is Sunshine Shoulders. Sunshine Shoulders.
Very fortunate, man, that we're dealing with Filipinos because their intentions really aren't to cut your damn head off. Because we lay them out there to be cut off. But they are trying to come up, man. And there's nothing that they won't do to reach that.
They're trying to come up and there's nothing that they won't do to reach that. Bro, y'all are down there to clap their cheeks. Y'all are paying whatever money that y'all are being charged, or whatever y'all are throwing at them, whatever they're finessing out of y'all. How are y'all being victims now? Y'all ain't getting cheaper prices anywhere. You're saying you could do whatever for 2 weeks. You're going to enjoy the 2 weeks. How are you framing this as if you're a victim? Meanwhile, taking advantage of young girls. Come on, man. Shout out to Social Loner with the $2 super chat. Social Loner says, what's going on here? Thanks for the entertainment. Now we're speaking about Sunshine Shoulders travel video, speaking about the Philippines and dealing with young girls. He's speaking about, he dealt with a girl that was 18 that told him told him that she was 22, and he found out on her 19th birthday after dealing with her for 6 months. I don't believe that bullshit. That seems like a tall tale. He says that he met up with women as young as 16, and I'm like, hold up, bro. Women 16? That's not a woman, that's a child. Then he said it's via internet. He never actually met up with them, but he's basically framing it as these dudes are victims and being taken advantage of by young girls, finessing them, not telling their real age, charging them exorbitant prices, blah, blah, blah. Men got to be careful. I'm like, this is pathetic. And we're about to speak on Auston Holleman's GoFundMe. This is his new scam, haircut scam. He's going to teach people. He's going to start a barber school. He's going Umar Johnson with it. Barber school. This is pathetic. We're going to get into the details. Nana has most of the details. We're going to get into it.
I've seen women, they've got new cars now. They went from literally worrying about where their next meal was going to come from to being multimillionaires over here overnight. So if you're in America, hello, good morning. If you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, finding it in your heart to help somebody, not a day goes by that I don't help somebody. That's why I make these videos. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Open your eyes, man. Open your ears. Open your mind. What's the saying? A parachute works best when it's open. You guys have closed your mind to everything. You think, oh, I'm come over here, take advantage of these poor and innocent and disadvantaged women. They're playing 3D chess, guys. You're playing checkers. She's 5 steps ahead of you. She already knows what you want. You have no idea what she wants. You don't even know how to deal with women over here. That's a whole different video for a whole different day. I could tell you right now 5 things Filipinos hate.
Now, this is so pathetic. These folks are literally trying to find soulmates and love off of the women that they're tricking off of. So y'all are buying these young girls and expecting something different. Oh, they know what you after. You don't know what they're after. You are after the cheeks. She's after money, and it should be that simple. But you simps are falling in love and getting tricked by young girls. Please, bro. You guys are targeting these young girls, and then you're getting your just dues. You're getting what y'all deserve if y'all are targeting young girls. Because, oh, she's 16 now. Well, then you going to jail, and that's on you for targeting a young girl. There is no catching. There's no setting up a predator. You're a predator, bro.
Number one, to be held accountable. All them old little lies and never admitting she's wrong, hold her accountable. She'll hate you. One, to be held accountable. That's a whole different video for a whole different day. I could tell you right now 5 things Filipinos hate. Number one, to be held accountable.
So the number one thing Filipinas hate is to be held accountable. Isn't that what y'all are running from American women for? They don't like to be held accountable. Now Filipinas don't like to be held accountable.
All them old little lies and never admitting she's wrong, hold her accountable. She'll hate you for that. You talking about tempo, it'll be there. No, hearing the word no, even though it's the default word over here. You want a loan? No. You hiring? No. Visa? No. But she don't want to hear no from you. She wants to be spoiled by you. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. She wants to have her way with you. Number 3 is don't ever speak down about the Philippines or about Filipino people around her. I see a lot of these
Okay, so don't do what we just seen you do.
I've seen him do it.
But you said around her, like this isn't online and Filipino people can't see you bad-mouthing them. Like, what?
Filipinos making these videos and stuff. That's a red flag. Talking down on the country, talking down on the people, thinking they're giving you the 411. That's a red flag, man. They're so proud. They hate you for that, man. You know, if you do that.
This man just said don't speak down on the country and the people while speaking down on the country and the people. The women hate accountability. They don't like to hear no. They're dealing with abject poverty. They're targeting you with 3D chess while you're playing checkers. All this victimhood framing and disrespecting them and talking down on them. And then don't disrespect them. Don't disrespect the Filipinos in their country. Like, come on, man.
Don't embarrass her in public. Don't raise your voice in public. Don't do anything stupid, okay, in public. You talking about saving face? Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's real over here. See, you don't know this stuff. I do because I've dealt with it. I'm not an expert. This is just a few little things that I've come up with, but maybe I need to make a video about it. Because we're getting run through over here. Yeah, we're getting run through.
Y'all are unaccountable victims. Y'all are getting run through. Now, these are men that are desperate for any type of intimate connection with women. They say they're looking for more traditional women, more submissive women, but then they're really just dusties that have no connection with women at all, and they literally fly over here to pay for some box. Then they're falling in love with the hookers. And it's like, bro, what are y'all doing? And
because she's playing 3D chess, man. And we're playing checkers.
What's on, everybody?
Now, this is from Auston Holleman's live stream. Auston Holleman loves to do live streams and then put them behind the members' paywall after airing it live, but it doesn't protect anybody from reacting or using it. There's no copyright infringement on that because you aired it live, so it's already out there in the public. If you want it to not be reacted to or you want these things fully private, then you have to stream it on members. You can't have something publicly and then put it on members and then be like, oh, well, you can't react. No, people do that all the time. Just clearing that up for anybody that doesn't know that. Auston loves to hide shit behind the paywall. Now, he's trying to hide his entire grift and the finesse behind the paywall after he spoke about it publicly to get as many eyes and ears on the situation. Now, he's starting a GoFundMe for a barber school. Let's listen to the details.
We are back again with another live stream we didn't do yesterday because I was busy yesterday.
Now, when I watched this, I was tripping out. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Did that fridge just open itself? I'm like, what in the... Then I looked again and I'm like, oh, I seen Z's shadow on the fridge, and then she crawled to avoid the camera. Yo, this shit tripped me out, though. I was like, yo, is this Floyd's roaches opening another fridge? Like, what the hell is going on?
Again with another live stream we didn't do yesterday because I was busy yesterday.
Also, we need to rest a little bit.
Yeah, we needed to rest a little bit. But now we're back in the game.
Now, you can see her reflection a little bit on the fridge. I don't know why she crawled out of camera view to open the fridge and get something. But, yeah, I just noticed that because I was tripping balls. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I literally thought that shit opened by itself.
Don't laugh when you don't want to.
So funny.
It smells in there.
That's why I left it open so I can go away faster. To a couple reactions. But for the note, I'll put the GoFundMe link up here in a minute because it's paused because you're not supposed to offer benefits to buyers. Some of those benefits were...
So he took the extra step and he was finessing and scamming on GoFundMe itself. Not only was the actual GoFundMe campaign in it of itself a finesse and a scam. We're going to get that broken down by Nana. Pause. Super pause.
Stick together.
The fuck? We're going to get that. We're not going to get nothing broken down. What the fuck type of phrasing was that? We're going to get the details about the scam from Nana in Nana's stream. But it's like you are trying to add incentives to people that are donating. So you're trying to give them another reason to donate so they can feel special because that's all he does with his audience. It's just like his simps, his sugar daddies, he's trying to make them feel special like they're a part of the trip with him. Like
the GoFundMe link up here in a minute because it's paused because you're not supposed to offer benefits to buyers. Some of those benefits were like, hey, if you send $25, I send you a not a gift certificate, like a thank you note, and then we'll put your name on the founder's wall, which GoFundMe automatically does. And if you send 50, then you get the same thing as the last one plus this. If you send 500, then 500 will go towards, it was a scholarship for one Kenyan student. The $500 goes towards it.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
He's asking for a fuck ton of money to facilitate this school. I was shocked when I seen a $50,000 total that he wanted for this school. He's really trying to do an Umar Johnson. He's trying to make it he's trying to actually have a physical location. This is the nastiest of nasty work. He's not going to actually have a physical location. That's what the finesse entails of.
Apparently, if you say that outright in the description, that's not part of their policy. So I just had to remove it. And that was just a few minutes ago. So the guy just emailed me. And so, yeah, I'm just waiting for them to unpause it and we'll be able to put it back in the thing.
So does anybody in the chat, does anybody know if Auston Holleman's GoFundMe has been reinstated? Because it's been blocked. He said it's been blocked for this reason. Not because it's been exposed as a scam. It's been blocked because he was adding incentives to people that donate, and that's against their policy. So they stopped his fundraiser. He's saying that it should be back up. Does anybody in the chat know? We're gonna have to check out that GoFundMe later.
But so far right now, man, the GoFundMe is at $789. The last donation I got was last night, and I think that's when they paused it, so maybe I could have gotten more, but we'll keep going. We will do the...
Shout out to Nana. See, Nana has all the details. I got the information that it was down from one of your posts.
GoFundMe link once I get it back up and running.
So the scam is back up and running. The scam is currently live and active. We're going to break down why it's a scam because his dumbass fans always come into the chat like, how is this a scam? We're just idiots. I'm like, okay, so your conclusion is you're just an idiot that's paying this guy like a sugar daddy and what he's doing is not a scam. Cool story. Whoa. The defense is it's beyond pathetic from his fans. Like this is the problem. To be a consistent YouTuber, to pay your bills via YouTube, you have to do views. You have to either have a lot of support from your members, your super chats if you go live a lot, or you have to sustain a large level of views per month. YouTube's very inconsistent. Some months you'll have very big months, some months you'll be in poverty if you're dusting it up views-wise. So what YouTubers love to do is attach a finesse to their audience. Oh, we have a big subscriber base, but the numbers ain't doing what the numbers should be doing to sustain my living. So what I'm gonna do is create a course, create a finesse, create a grift, create a fundraiser, do something. He's done seminars, he's done a real estate grift. He even forgot about his own real estate grift as somebody asked him about real estate in this live. Bro forgot that he grifted real estate for a whole year. No, I don't know anything. I haven't bought no real estate. I'm like, bro, you were the person that was trying to be the real estate guru. Did you forget?
But other than that, you said looking for properties here as well. Which areas are your favorite for investment right now? I don't know. I've never gotten a property.
He does not know about investment properties. He's never gotten a property. This is why I had to drop the flashback. I dropped a clip from the live stream that I did a year ago. Bro forgot he had a whole real estate finesse and hustle. He's made multiple videos. He's done an interview on somebody else's channel about it. This is bad.
So I can't tell you that. I mean, if you ask me the question a different way, like what areas do I like for whatever reason, yeah. But I've never bought a property in Kenya, so. Again, if you would like to reach out to me directly, you can reach out to me, Auston Holleman at Gmail. If you would like to send a direct donation, Zelle, PayPal, and my Cash App is now.
Yeah, all those edits when he tried to give his promo, those were clearly edited by me. Yeah, no free marketing for your begging on my profile. We ain't doing that.
If there's no other questions, we will go ahead and get started. Okay, I know every realtor know in the city know me. Fuck the realtors, they know me.
Calls because I want to have this conversation. It's about time we have this conversation. We're gonna wrap up this part of the live stream. We're gonna have the black conversation right now. Fuck it. Y'all said it'll be cool if we actually did another live stream. Fuck it, we doing it now. We are doing it now. Hold up, chat. Let me pull up the O'Shea and Flacco situation. We're doing it now, man. We're doing it live. Fuck it, bro. We are doing it live. Hold up, chat. Yo, this nigga dropped so much content. Holy shit. We have other stuff. Okay, we got Godfrey saga. Godfrey didn't want black Americans to know about this. Yo, Godfrey and his podcast, man, Godfrey fell into the same problem I fell into. Sometimes I have people that call in, especially sometimes when some of the women call in. Y'all really be cooking me for some of the women's thoughts. They would say X, Y, and Z about various topics, and then I'm getting cooked after. And they're like, well, you didn't challenge her. You were saying, like you agreed. I'm like, damn, so I'm getting cooked for your perspective. That's what's happening to Godfrey a lot. He's having people on his podcast say a bunch of reckless things about communities that are wildly inaccurate, and then he's getting cooked for it, which some of it does come back to us. Like, we do need to correct some of those things. Like, I need to correct some of those things when people come on the platform and say some bullshit. Godfrey needs to correct folks when they come on this platform and say some bullshit, because they were smearing Jamaicans. Like, I witnessed a whole bunch of dumb shit being said on that platform from some of his guests. Smearing black Americans, smearing Jamaicans, smearing all sorts of people. Is this on his second channel? Is this on Oh, there it is.
It's about 11 a.m. this morning, and I'm out for my walk because you know I'm fat and trying to lose this weight. And all of a sudden, I get a message from one of my YouTube partners, and it says, I think Flacco alluded to you around the midpoint of this video.
Now, shout out to Lee, because Lee was the first person to point this out before O'Shea made this video and before this person sent this message to O'Shea. Lee pointed that out, I believe, was it in the chat section or the Discord? He pointed out that Flacco was saying stuff and it sounded like he was talking about O'Shea, which he was. You're saying that is what O'Shea is doing. He's complaining about Africans and Americans, which is that you may do business here. That doesn't give you the right to make false videos. Yikes. Did I miss a... No, I got all the super chats. Yo, I was complaining about the $2 and y'all give me a lot of $2 super chats. Shout out to y'all, man. Never complain about money, man. You be a Umar Johnson. Next time, send 20 type nigga. Hey, I can't do that, man. What part of the game is that? Yo, LT, somebody check me, please. Can't check myself.
Yo. And then I said, what did he say exactly? I haven't talked to Poetic Flacco in a minute. I mean, like, I don't have no problem with him or anything like that. He's a nice guy. I think he's an elite commentator in what he's doing. So we would not really have any problems. And to be honest, this video that he did.
Honestly, I need to start clickbaiting to the tune of Poetic Flacco. The clickbait with Flacco sometimes is so egregious, but I click it every damn time. I'm like, I know it's not the end of No Jumper and this is not the end of this. And I'm like, I'm still clicking it anyway. I know this is not an official gang war or beef, but I'm clicking it anyway. So it's like, them shits, I don't know, man. Good titling. Good titling.
Was actually very, very good. It was called Godfrey Loses All of His Fans After Betraying Black Americans in New Pot. I thought...
See, we know Godfrey's not losing all his fans after betraying Black Americans in New Pot. None of this happened. But these type of titles, you have to have the unmitigated gall to just be like, fuck it, we going with this. And when folks question me about this, it's not the title. The video is not its title.
It was a fair video.
A real bigotry is saying that an entire group of people shouldn't be able to make a living and feed their families and start a business, and they want those businesses shut down because they belong to an immigrant group. That's real bigotry. That's wrong. Real bigotry, not a Drewski skit, is creating a racial slur for an entire group of people and then spamming that racial slur.
Now, the racial slur for a group of people he's talking about the word tether, isn't he? When Black Americans call Africans, Caribbeans, anybody that's not Black American a tether. I think he's referring to that term.
I said, uh-oh, I'm hearing bigotry allegations. The point that he's trying to make here is that there is a difference between criticism and bigotry. And people who are using the term like tether, some of the people in the hashtag FBA community on...
Yo, when I first got here, why am I saying it like that? When I first started discussing these topics online, and the FBA folks would be like, they're always calling us Akata. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And what the hell does that mean? I have not ever heard that. Recently online with this FBA versus African war, I'm seeing Akata being flung around like crazy. I still don't know what it means. But I don't understand why folks are using these discriminatory names and these what do you want to call them? Derogatory terms to describe other groups of blacks. I don't understand that. Tether, Akata, all these things. Like, why can't we just call folks, you know what? That'll get demonetized. So let me just continue this.
X used that term, but he accuses somebody of just wanting businesses shut down simply because they belong to an immigrant group. So I was like, that can't be me. Right? And then,
yo, there was somebody, and this is like an OG on YouTube, bruh. Now, again, I'll never diss this person. I'll never disrespect this person. Like, I'll never say nothing bad about this person because, yo, this person really helped me out. They hopped on the phone with me, gave me a free consultation, walked me through how to build my channel, gave me like the systems, and I applied that to grow. So I would never, ever, ever say nothing bad about this person.
I never knew that O'Shea Duke Jackson did that for Poetic Flacco. I know he's helped out a number of people in this space, and that's why when folks come for O'Shea, I'm like, you guys need to understand his resume and how many black content creators that he helped propel. But I never knew he did that for O'Shea because O'Shea constantly says, oh, Flacco's a better YouTuber than me and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, he hit a lick. He used the no jumper wave. He finessed that. He's built a lot off of no jumper's back. He's done a lot on his own channel. He implemented a lot of advice that O'Shea gave him. So right now it appears that he's having more success. I would not say somebody's a better YouTuber based on their success level. You can hit a lick in the algorithm. You can be successful. You can find a way and just be successful, but that doesn't mean that you are ultimately better just because you do more numbers or you're more successful. I don't believe in that at all. There's a lot of people that are slept on, a lot of people that, well, I guess you can say if you're better at packaging something. He's talking about the totality of the platform. So I'm not going to do mental gymnastics and act like somebody that's more successful, that has more impact on the platform, isn't better at packaging and putting together content than another person. Yeah, I just killed my own point.
I was just heartbroken and really, really, really hurt, bro.
Heartbroken? What did I miss?
Ever say nothing bad about this person. I was just heartbroken and really, really, really hurt, bro. Because it can like I don't know if this person helped me out before he found out I was African.
Okay, now I know who he's talking about. And he's definitely talking about me. So guys, let me just say this. I don't like to really...
He found out I was African.
Okay, now I know who he's...
Out before he found out I was African.
Okay, now I know who he's talking about. And he's definitely talking about me. So guys...
How did you deduce from that he was talking about you? He was right. No, O'Shea was right here, but how? Because...
person helped me out before he found out I was African.
Okay, now I know who he's talking about. And he's definitely talking about me. So guys, let me just say this. I don't like to really toot my horn because I've helped a lot of content creators. Many you know, a lot of folks you don't know.
But my whole thing is, how did you know that he was speaking about you based on the fact that he said he didn't know if you would have helped him if you knew he was African? So there has to be some sort of self-awareness here that there is a bit of bias against non-black Americans. If you, I'm so confused. I don't get it, actually. I can't call it, but it just seems that way because it's like, I would have thought Tariq Nasheed because, what's his name? Flacco used to do, like, he did an interview with Tariq Nasheed. He was heavily meat-hugging. I don't know their history. And I didn't know that O'Shea put him on like this. So I didn't know that that point, that was the clue that would give it away.
But Poetic Flacco was probably the latest one, you know, that I kind of gave a strategy to, which is what he used to kind of blow up. He's a better commentator and a better content creator than me now. And that is absolutely the truth. And I'm very proud of his work ethic. I never asked anything from him. I never want to even really mention this or anything like that. But I want to prove to you that he is talking about me. And here's our Instagram DMs. Now, I'm not going to go into all of it. So just that you know that this is about me, okay? He says on May 20th, Big Dog O'Shea, thanks for the advice a year ago, bro. I'm for sure gearing up to move to Liberia and just do YouTube from there and stack up. Okay, so let's kind of get into this idea of that I didn't know he was African. So if you see here, he's talking about moving to Liberia, which means that I already knew that he was Liberian. And maybe he forgot that we talked about this on the phone, but I have interviewed many people from Liberia. Let's talk about Royda Ure, okay? I've talked to her before. On my Kinganda channel, I've interviewed Zawadi M, okay, from Liberia. So this whole idea of that O'Shea doesn't work with you if he knows that you're African, you know, it's asinine, right? And I'm not trying to say that he's lying about this because Poetic Flacco is putting out so much content so fast and it's kind of unscripted. Maybe he forgets. And again, it's been a long time ago, but this is simply not true. And I have some other proof.
And you know who did the magic? A big shout out to my brother, O'Shea Duke Jackson. He said, hey, Maya, you told me to come to Uganda, but I know what happened to you. I'm telling you that the people of Uganda are way better than what happened at the airport. So my brother, I'm buying your wife and you a ticket to Uganda. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. O'Shea Duke Jackson. Can I have a big round of applause to my brother, O'Shea Duke Jackson?
So guys, if you don't know who that dude is, this is Wody Maya. Okay, at one time, this was a really, really close friend of mine. We don't really talk as much anymore. He's my brother. People go through things in life. And I brought him to Uganda out of my own money. Him, Miss Trudy, his whole staff, I paid for that in 2023. He was deported from Uganda even the first time he came, right? I never really put this out there like he did so much, but he put it out there. He wanted his audience to know something about me. And then
he was the one who paid for my tickets to come to Uganda. And even when I came to Uganda, my wife pulled up a surprise birthday party in Uganda.
O'Shea also paid for Kevin Samuel's funeral. That goes unspoken about. Folks don't even bring that. O'Shea doesn't speak about that. He doesn't brag about that and bring it up. I can't remember who was speaking about it and brought it up, but somebody brought it up that he paid for Kevin Samuel's funeral. So O'Shea does a lot of things for the community and a lot of folks online.
And O'Shea Duke Jackson paid for everything.
His surprise birthday party, I paid for it. I didn't put that out there. He put it out there. The same thing with Poetic Flacco. I didn't put that information out there. He put it out there. And the reason why I don't feel like I need to take credit for what Poetic Flacco has done is because he's a good brother. I want him to be successful, and he don't owe me anything. He really don't, and I'm proud of the brother. Same thing with Wilden Maya. He said I mentored him to a certain degree, helped him out a little bit, but it was his work ethic. He did it on his own, and yeah, if I could help.
But do you see that though? But do you see that? O'Shea is out there paying it forward, helping out folks, not expecting anything back. That's real help. That's real pro-black. That is real help, looking out for the community. That is not the same as Saint the Sinner. The Saint the Sinner was out on Fresh and Fit show, doing their show, doing collabs, boosting them, bolstering their image, acting like he's giving them a level of cosign and validity. And then he's crying on the back end when it's not reciprocated from Fresh and Fit, saying they're just using him. It's a one-sided relationship. He's being the victim, blah, blah, blah. So you weren't genuinely doing something out of real help and real interest. You were doing it out of, I want some return. I want a benefit off of this thing. That's not what O'Shea's doing it for. O'Shea's literally just benefiting his community, paying it forward and moving on. That is something that I noticed, and I'll give him credit for all the time, because that's completely different than somebody expecting some bullshit in return, and if they don't get it, now they're flaming you, they're cooking you.
Glad, but you know what? I'm proud of both of them, okay? And then there's this.
I want to give you a job, be the host of the Pan-African Dating Show. And I'm like, what? I think most of you know the Pan-African Dating Show. I start hosting the Pan-African Dating Show. This person says, I want you to leave your place where you are living, so you come to an apartment. What? You know, as a woman, a young woman, you know me, I have issues with men. Never received any care from a man. I don't know my father. And I know any person who is a man who shows any care towards me, they just want to sleep with me, and that's on period. So that's what I thought. This person buys me a laptop. This person pays for my transport, pays for my food, he pays for my accommodation, and he still pays my salary. And this person wants nothing from me. He's literally just like a father figure.
So if you guys know about my other channel called the Pan-African Dating Show, here's a young lady by the name of Esther Nadakunda. This was January 1st, 2026. She made this video about your boy, and she was basically saying I was a father figure to her. Now, the reason why I'm coming with this many receipts to kind of prove myself is because Poetic Flacco is acting like I wouldn't help him if he was African. When we talked about this on the phone, that he was trying to get to Liberia, I wanted him to help get back to Liberia. We talked about the Ure family, who was prominent in Liberia, who are Americo-Liberian. And then also, you know what the biggest issue is with his statement? I live in Uganda. I've brought so many people to Ugandan. Jonita on the Kingana podcast is Ugandan. So many people that I work with are African. I work in the Pan-African space. I have the largest repat podcast on the planet. I don't even really advertise it over here. So I don't know who he's talking about. And like I said, I largely think that he just probably forgot about this, or he was just really biased himself. But then again, he would continue.
Because again, like I don't know if this person helped me out before he found out I was African, or I don't know if he would help me if he knew I was African. But I watch a video where this person is essentially like going along with all the harmful rhetoric that this other guy has about people who's from where I'm from. And
who's the other guy? Who's the other guy? We need some names. I know he's talking about Tariq Nasheed.
And I'm like, damn, bro, like, they can't help that they were born here. They don't like they don't choose who their parents are. They were born here, and they're trying to make a better life for themselves. And the fact that you're supporting this dude who's saying that those people don't have a right to have a business, to operate their business, and they need to be boycotted and shut down because somebody from the same country as them did something wrong is bad and is foul and is not cool.
So basically, he's saying, I just want somebody to be boycotted and don't have a right to have a business or operate their business, and they need to be boycotted because they did something wrong. Now, I mean, I don't know. He probably mad at me right now. He didn't have a clip that he could really pull that I'm saying this about Africans. But okay, I did make some videos about the African boycotts, and it was black women complaining about stuff like this.
I ain't got time to be driving 5 hours to go to the city I was born in to get my hair done. I don't think nobody up here gonna do it. And the Africans, they not pulling my hair out.
And
all right, let me start out by saying, if the background looks familiar, then please do not tag or mention them, because I'm not trying to bash nobody's business. But I had a terrible experience there. And when I say I got my ass up and I went over to Cunty Hair Braiding on Instagram, baby. Now you see how packed it was. It was very packed in there. But girl, they got right to it. The braider, Sally, she even gave me some food. Y'all, she ate them braids up.
And to even make things worse, here's an African lady complaining about African braid shops.
It's been almost a week, so I'm finally ready to tell you guys about the worst braiding experience I've ever had in LA by an African braider. And the fact that she's African is very important because so am I. So let me get into that.
The part that I don't get is there is various, from state to state, these are different states, African braiding shops. Africa's a continent. We're gonna boycott all African braiding shops because of, like, which Africans are these? Are these Ghanaians? Are they Nigerians? Ugandans? They Kenyans? Like, what type of?
So this is a hair salon, Isata hair salon, braiding, whatever. And honestly, I should have known better from those 2.1 stars. But I was just like, it's an African auntie.
At that point, yeah, you guys are looking at the wrong thing. Y'all are looking at the African, the auntie, the black in it all. I'm looking at that 2.1 stars, bruh, and 8 ratings. You got 8 ratings and only 2.1 stars? Yeah, no, no. Nah. Why is this not working?
Nigga, you gotta go.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Before we even get into that, I'm looking at that 2.1. I'm like, bro, you're not qualifying, bro.
Sometimes they're a lot different from these American braiders. They have different ways of communicating, and I can see why someone can give them a low review, but I'm like, let me just trust them.
Now, the reason why I showed those in succession is because this was the reason for why a lot of black Americans were talking about boycotting Africans, because of the lack of service and the entitlement of behavior. Now, what Poetic Flacco
That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. If I don't like a particular shop, fuck that shop. I ain't going back. You're not up to standard, nigga. That's the way I look at it. I'm not like, oh, that's an African shop. Now all these motherfucking Africans are canceled. The fuck is that? What the hell? Like, you're allowed to boycott whatever. You don't have to pay. You don't owe anybody your motherfucking money. You don't have to patronize folks just off of the charity of patronizing folk. But to call on a full-fledged boycott of African businesses or braiding shops, because I would call out that one place I got my hair done. I'm like, this African shop in specific with these motherfuckers braiding hair at a 2.1 star level, we're done with you niggas. But if you keep going, if it's like, okay, every African shop you go to is dusting it up, the braids are too tight, the braids are too expensive, the braids are whatever. But to influence social, I don't know, man. I understand what Flacco's saying a little bit there, but I don't think that's the point that, I don't know why O'Shea used that example, because that's not the point he's making. Other folks were making that point. Let me listen instead of talking.
addressing is they have the right to be a business. You just trying to paint them with a broad brush because they're African, instead of addressing the argument. And the argument is that a lot of African businesses, whether they're in Africa or in America, have a problem with customer service, not even with just...
Oh my God, no, we're done. We are fucking done. We're done. Why did I say I wanted to have this conversation again? We can't actually have this conversation because we can literally call out every single one of our own groups and then we're getting cooked. Then we are getting cooked. I could complain. There's certain times where I go into certain Jamaican restaurants and I'm like, yo, why is the service so fucking ass? Like, why is it so true? Like, why is this bitch so fucking rude at the other side of the counter, fat motherfucker? Like, sometimes it be that way. Sometimes Black American services is just dusty as shit, rude as hell for no reason. We can say this about every last one of our groups and disparage our groups and just go sad and what are we doing? Oh! Of course, there's great service from Jamaicans, there's great service from Black Americans, there's great service from Nigerians, but you can always find that place and be like, yo, the service, the customer service, the communication, and we could just be disparaging our own communities and having a war like that. That's bad. We yikes.
Blacks, but with their own groups. In fact, you hear it more with their own groups. I see it all the time when I hear about folks in America. I used to live in the East Coast. It was a problem then. So the whole idea is that if you're not gonna provide quality service, you don't need to be in business. And see, for people that are like Poetic Flacco, they're Liberian or they're from another place and they come into American, while you're an American citizen, you gotta remember, you are still a minority amongst the blacks.
Oh, so, no, fuck no. This is what happened? Oh, hell no. Man, this is why I review videos before come on, man. This whole video is terrible. Not like, for me to have a conversation based off of this video, this is bad. This is bad. God damn it.
Listen, you gotta remember, you are still a minority amongst the blacks. So now when people deal with you, you gotta have some level of value. And that's what I'm talking about, because when I live in Uganda.
Okay. I should have let him finish the voice. I thought he was going somewhere else when he said you are the minority amongst blacks. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, so you're niggering Africans now. Now you're the white man in America and you're niggering the Africans. That's why you call them tethers. They're the underclass. That's why I thought he was going with it. I was like, holy shit. But I jumped to conclusions. That's not where he was going.
Or when I go across Kenya or wherever it is in the community that I be across, I gotta give value to people. I gotta operate in the right way. I gotta pay my way. I gotta respect people. Otherwise, I'm in a lot of trouble. And when I talk about the fact that when Black Americans deal with Africans, it's more one-sided than anything. And again, he already admitted that I helped him, didn't ask for anything. But if we really want to talk about it, if you want to ask Poetic Flacco for some help right now, he gonna charge you.
He's not wrong about that. He's not wrong. Flacco in all his videos is bragging about his earnings, and if you want to make money like him, join his course. And I'm like, oh my God, course? So he's right about that, but this is also right from Nana. Announcing a mass boycott is designed to destroy the business of an entire community. If you are boycotting an entire community based off of an African braiding shop, to me, that's insane. That is insane. That is designed to destroy an entire community. Like, because it's like people aren't taking their L's individually. It's I personally got a bad braid up from an African shop. Now it's fuck all African shops, and I'm using my influence in my group to stop it when me as an individual got a bad experience. I'm like, that is crazy. That is crazy. You can use your own personal boycott. Like, I boycotted McDonald's. I'm like, McDonald's, get the fuck out of here. McDonald's is disgusting anyway. It's bad for your health, but I boycotted it based off of service. I'm like, fuck McDonald's. I'm not ever going back. If my woman wants me to pick up something from her McDonald's, I'm not doing it. McDonald's is canceled. Fuck their service. I'm not being in a fast food line for half an hour for some dog shit. We're not doing it. But I don't know, man. This is just crazy to me. This is crazy. Like, I understand the convenience store that shot that black kid, that what's his name, Rick Chow or whatever his name is. Folks saying, yeah, we're gonna boycott that specific motherfucker's business because he shot a kid in the back as he fled, and he didn't actually steal the water bottle from his store. I think this whole group, I think that's where it becomes an issue. Because if a Ghanaian braiding shop braided your hair bad, why does the Nigerians, why does the Congolese, Why does the Ethiopians, why does the Sudanese, why do they all have to suffer a lack of business because the Ghanaians braided your hair terrible? I don't get that.
It ain't like he doing it for free or anything. The real problem is he took a bigoted perspective because he is African and because he doesn't like some of the things that I'm saying. So what he actually did was paint me with a broad brush instead of listening to what I was saying. I never said that Africans should be boycotted, and I never said that because somebody's African, they need to be canceled. I just showed plenty of evidence that I've done a lot to help the Pan-African space or help Africans in general, including him. And he told me he was from Liberia. I knew he was from Liberia before we ever got on the call because I used to watch No Jumper, and it was clear that Poetic Flacco was not a Black American, and I knew that because you lived in North Dakota. But again, I'm not gonna call the brother a liar. Like I said, he's busy, and that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't heard from him. And he don't owe me nothing. Again, he's a better commentator than me. He's more successful right now on YouTube.
I never heard him say that, but that's asinine. For anybody calling a Canadian a tether, that's just a lack of education on your behalf. How could Canadian blacks be tethers? That makes absolutely no sense. Canada is not comprised of foundational Black Americans. They're the minority of blacks in Canada. Blacks didn't have slavery in Canada the same way it was in America. Folks came to Canada to escape slavery in America. Canada is comprised of a lot of Caribbean blacks, African blacks, some Black Americans. We have blacks from everywhere in Canada. So there is no dominant group of blacks saying, oh, you're tethering onto us. It's a mixture of everybody. So to say a Canadian is a tether, it doesn't make any sense. Foundational Black Canadians are just Black Americans that came to Canada early, that were in Nova Scotia. 3,000 population of a community of Black Americans that ended up being foundational Black Canadians who ended up making the sport of hockey. They created the sport of hockey. So it's a conglomerate, a mixture of blacks from everywhere in Canada. There is no tether, there is no dominant force, there's no supremacy amongst blacks in Canada. It's not like that. Maybe in Toronto it's more Jamaican influence because there's more Jamaicans than anybody else that came here first, that kind of set the culture a little bit. So it's more Jamaican, Black American influence that's carrying the culture of Toronto specifically. But yeah, no. Shout out to Nana with the $5 super chat. Nana says the 2.1 star ratings is an indication that there's a free market, that the free market is working. The market will always punish bad players. That's facts. That's what I was talking about. I'm like, if I see a 2.1 star rating, I'm not looking at the African business braided my hair wrong. I'm looking at the 2.1 star rating with only 8 ratings. I'm looking at that, and that to me deems that that's a bad business, and the market will punish a bad business. Tariq calling Drake a tether makes no sense because Drake is actually foundational Black American. His mother is Jewish. His father is Black American from the South. He's not Caribbean. He's not African. He's Black American foundationally. So him calling him a tether makes absolutely no sense.
Than I am. And I don't want nothing but the best for him. But the one problem about a person like Poetic Flacco is that you fail to see things largely from somebody else's perspective. And that's what a bigot does. A bigot believes what they believe, and then what they do is deny somebody else's experience. So you never asked, why do those Black Americans want business to be boycotted? Your response was, well, see, it's not fair that a couple businesses made mistakes, then it affects the larger group. Let me tell you something here in Uganda. If I make a mistake as a Black American, the larger group pays the penalty. This is the same thing that's happening.
Oh, God. If I make a mistake in Japan, they're going to look at a lot of Black people crazy, regardless of if they're not being Jamaican, Black American, Nigerian. They're just going to see a Black acting a damn fool, and they're going to start judging Blacks that way. Why? Because Japan is a homogenous country. Homogenous. Uganda, homogenous. South Africa was a good example because it's not fully homogenous. But America is not a homogenous society. It's not everybody's Chinese there and you're the one black sprinkled in there. It's more of a melting pot, 60% white. Yes, the white's the majority, but everybody's there. Not like Toronto, everybody's there, but like go to New York. New York's just like bigger Toronto. Everybody's there. So it's not the same. The Jamaican population in New York is immense. It's not the same. I would not compare it.
Right now, if you go and look at what's going on in South Africa, a few migrants can literally ruin it for everybody. This is the same case with, you can see some brothers from Nigeria having issues, Zimbabwe, I was in Poland.
See, these are bad examples because every country he's listing right now is a homogenous society that's predominantly their people. These are bad examples. You got to look at things in the Western world, like the countries that are being fucked up by immigrants in the Western world, the UK, like Germany, like those places that are welcoming to all other type of people that were generally homogenous before the welcoming of all these other people. You got to compare them to those type of places.
That was the case there. A few mess it up for all. And then look at the Somalis, same thing. A few, or at least what we leave, let's say, assume it's a few, mess it up for a lot. And instead of focusing on the few and why are you not giving good services in your business, it seems like what he wants to be able to do is, hey, y'all can do whatever y'all want in business, and then you should accept it because we all black and we got all the same oppressor. And now when people want to start delineating like black Americans or South Africans, now all of a sudden you're a bigot. Or, you're using racist terms, or let's just throw everybody in the same bucket.
I understand the point of folks just leeching on in America just off of the guise of being black. There are certain countries, like the Nigerian community. I'm not throwing Nigerians under the bus, but I'm saying Nigerians have a community. Whereas they practice a lot of looking out for each other, safeguarding each other, building with each other within that community. And you see it even in Toronto. Although Toronto is like a black community, everyone's just everywhere scrambled. It's not like America where there's like a legit black community. The Nigerians will kind of stick together a little bit. So you're going to try to play that whole, I'm black, we're building off of the same type of thing, but then you're building in your own subset group, your little small group. So you're only really building for your Nigerians, but you're building off of the back of, hey, we're black, we're building together, and you're getting let through the door by the FBAs and the other blacks. I understand that angle. There's a lot of that. We can definitely see that. We're not excusing that because that's some bullshit. That's using blackness for your elevation, but not really looking out for anyone black outside of your core group, your small little group. I see that happening too. That's what I'm saying. You got to see both sides of the fuckery. The only way we're going to get some sort of peace, we're going to get some development, we're going to get some work done amongst groups, is if we're going to keep it 100% honest and see things from both sides. Not speak to just be heard, but also listen and take in what other people are saying on the other side.
And I don't think that Poetic Flacco is a bad person. I think he's a great guy. I mean, I think he's trying to be fair in his commentary in certain things, but he is African, he is Liberian, and he's going to take offense to certain things that I say. And some of those things he may paint it with a broad brush without the evidence. Maybe he thought I said it. Maybe he didn't. I love the brother. I want him to continue doing better. As I've already said, he's a better commentator than I am. However, it doesn't change the fact that what he's accusing me of, I never directly said. All I ask for is parity. Black Americans and Africans will not deal with each other when it's one-sided or there is no quality. Again, he could come to me as a Black American and I could give him the stuff for the free. You want to know how many Africans do that for me? None. What Africans step in and just really, for the most part, help me in this space or help me in general in Uganda or anywhere? Zero. It never happens for the most part. You gotta pay everybody to get something. And that's my kind of criticism. Largely, there's no real brotherhood in some of this. And when I'm pointing this out, I don't know why people have a hard time addressing that. But again, like I said, I don't want to call him a liar.
He's not wrong about that point. It's not the same type of brotherhood that you would expect from another Black American. You're not receiving that same brotherhood out in Uganda from Ugandans. I understand what O'Shea is saying.
I think he probably just forgot. That's what it was. So guys, what do you think?
Yeah, it's because you can't go there and expect that brotherhood because you're not Ugandan, you're an American. And for some reason, other blacks from other groups could come to America and expect that brotherhood based on the black community. And I think the biggest disconnect is because America, there's a legit black community based on the history of the country. America's not like any other, like the Caribbean, where there was slavery all through the Caribbean. Niggas was picking sugar and shit. But in Jamaica, blacks are the majority. Trinidad, it's black, and they brought in some Indians, so it's black Indian balance. Same as Guyana. So but when you look at the Caribbean, St. Lucia, black majority. St. Vincent, black majority. Grenadines, black. When you look at every island, black majority. It's not like they're still stuck in a white majority and a black minority in the country that they were enslaved in. Therefore, the black community in America is more of a real tight-knit community that rides for each other. We don't experience it the same way in Canada or in any other country because it's not the same. It's not comprised of the same components racially and demographic-wise. So it's a different plight and it's a different battle. Folks want to get in and be like, I'm in America now, I'm black, I'm down with the community because that's how they see it from the outside looking in. Black folks in America build together. But you can't build together and then just go to your small group on the side. Like, for me, it's just like, that's where it's kind of like you're not really building together. You're finessing a wave and then going back to your small group on the side. But at the same time, blacks should not be denied blackness because they're not foundational and born. This is just complicated. This is why I stayed away from this shit. I'm just like, man, peace to all blacks. Shout out to foundational black Americans. Shout out to African Americans. Whatever name title you want, shout out to you. Shout out to Jamaicans. Shout out to Nigerians. Shout out to Ghanaians. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. I really don't care to do this inner black war. I don't even care to do the race war. I'm not racist. I'm sorry. I'm pro-black. I stand for all of the black shit going on, but I'm not racist. Plenty of white folks that I fuck with. Plenty of Asian folks, brown folks. I fuck with everybody. It is what it is. Sorry, folks. God damn. America's a different play. It's a different battle. I understand America, so I always stand with brothers in America because it is different. The racism in Canada is very covert. Very covert. It's not as blatant and brazen as it is in America. Of course, there's some pockets where you'll be out in the rural area and some dumbass white kid will call you a nigger from his fucking truck as he's driving by, and it'll be very overt. But that's like, that happens, but it's just different. Yeah, diaspora wars are corny as fuck, man. I don't know where to start. Because usually I'm cooking something, I'm breaking something. I'm not trying to cook nothing here. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know where to start. In Africa, we judge our own family for information. See, there's cultural differences. I think folks just need to fully understand and grasp the cultural differences amongst blacks. We're all black, yes. There's a lot of overlap in the Venn diagram between black cultures. Yes, we understand that. But there is differences. All right, man, we've been live for entirely too long. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. This started off as something else, and then we went somewhere completely different. We went into diaspora wars. We had the call-in open, but after that first wave of call-ins and that fail, nobody really called in. Somebody imitated. There was two people in the chat. There was what's this motherfucker's name again? Kung Fu Fanta. Kung Fu Fanta called in, and then there was another person named Kung Fu Fanta that called in. So somebody was trying to impersonate Kung Fu Fanta, and they tried to porn bomb the stream. Clearly it didn't happen because I got dude the fuck off the screen. When people call in the back, like there's a filtering process. I can see you before you get on the screen. So if you get on the screen trying to beat your meat and do some zesty shit, it's gonna instantly be
Get dude off the screen.
Oh, God.
Get dude off the screen, man. Who the fuck is that?
There's always going to be that. I think O'Shea can be divisive, and I understand the point that he made too. Many black Americans come to Africa looking for brotherhood. The culture shock and hurt. It's not personal, though. I think that's the problem. There is a lot of that. there is a lot of coming to Africa and thinking there's brotherhood because there's a lot of propaganda. Let's be real. Ghana is guilty of it. That's why O'Shea called out Ghana too, because Ghana was they were pushing propaganda like, oh, repatriate here, come home, brothers, and it wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. So I understand the propaganda and the finessing, but that's media for you, man. What's your thoughts on MTR going to Thailand apparently because black American women or Atlanta black women didn't treat him right? For me personally, I think this is the most, I think MTR, and this is what I want to have, I want to actually have a conversation with O'Shea on air about this. I want to have O'Shea call in on the panel and I want to discuss MTR's his passport bro grift. I haven't done a video on it yet, but it's like they commonly talk about American dating is cooked. American dating is cooked. Women only want men that are 6'4", 6'5", makes 100,000, 200,000 a year. All these measurables, all these stupid things that they say are prerequisites to even date in America. Mediocre tutorials and reviews is 6'4", 6'5", damn near millionaire, if not a millionaire. Clout, what do you call it? Social proof, network of high value men. All the stupid shit that they say is a prerequisite to even date women in America. And for some reason, he's not getting no submission and love in America from American black women or American women, period. He has to start this Thailand grift. So if somebody that meets all the criteria on paper, 6'5" rich nigga, single, no kids, network of high value man, so clout, social proof, all the things that they say, why is mediocre tutorials and reviews struggling to find a woman in America? Sometimes wherever you go, there you are. Sometimes you're just a fucking dweeb. Sometimes you're just a dweeb. Sometimes you're just a grifter. Sometimes you're grifting a wave 5 years too late. Sometimes you're just a dweeb and you have to live with your results. I look at those talking points, I'm like, nigga, please, man. Nigga, please. You gotta be 6 what? I'm 5'10", been 5'10". The fuck? I had my way when I was selling drugs and shit, nigga.
Don't fucking touch me!
The fuck are we talking about? I was a dusty still having my way. So when people talk about these measurables, I'm like, nigga, please, man. I was getting my way when I was a dusty. I ain't a dusty anymore, but I was a dusty and I was still doing my shit. So I'm like, sometimes... Sometimes it's not the financials. It's not all these things that they say. It's not the height. It's not all this bullshit that they be saying, man. Sometimes you either have it or you don't. Sometimes you're him or you're not. Oh. This is what it comes down to, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I've been running my beak for a long time. This is what happens when you stream for too long. You just end up talking so much shit. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody who hit that super chat. This stream has been entirely too long. I'm trying to avoid these streams. These type of streams is really for y'all. I'm gonna keep it a stack. It's more lucrative to just chop a 8-minute video and throw it out there, run up the views, than do some shit like this that does dusting it up. And this is really just for y'all, man. Y'all join the members. I'm trying to do some IRL streams, bro. I am trying to do some IRL streams. I'm trying to go outside. Honestly, in the summer, sitting down in your office doing these breakdowns when there's a whole world outside enjoying themselves, you want to be outside, bro. You want to be at these parties. You want to be at these events. You want to be outside. So I'm going to be outside. But I also want to stream for y'all. So if I'm going to stream and I'm be outside, you know what that means.
Donations.
You know what that means. We got to get a DJI. We got to get an outdoor camera. We need one of the mics. And guess who's paying, y'all?
We need to work. We need to be more focused on these donations.
We are pulling an Auston Holleman. Hey, what the fuck? It ain't working.
Hit the super chat. We are going to ban people today. So we are getting rid of all you guys. So if you want to come out and be disrespectful, you got to go.
Yep.
How much you gonna give me, master?
Yo, that super chat always kills me. Shout out to Stellar Crew with the $5 super chat. Stellar Crew says, what's up, y'all? With the $5 super chat. What's up, Stellar Crew? Yo, if y'all want to call in before I get off the live, If y'all want to call in, challenge anything I said, speak your piece, add to the topic, call out Austin, because that was the main topic before we got into this black diaspora wars tangent. DJ gonna get lost like FedEx. Like, yo, honestly, should I do that though? Would y'all watch LT IRL out in the streets for real? You'll see a actual nigga out there that's not one of these dweebs. It'll be a different world out here. I don't think y'all be ready for the parties in Toronto, the pool parties, the boat parties, the boots, the bottles, the booty clapping sounds.
Booty clapping sound. Oh my God.
I don't think y'all ready for that. We only take donations via PayPal, and we're gonna pull the social loaner, chat. We are absolutely gonna pull the social loaner. Y'all gonna tune in for nothing, y'all. I'm doing the funding and I'm running off with the money.
Again, you are miserable.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. that would be fucked up. I would not ever do that. I wouldn't do that. How is the World Cup out there? Yo, the World Cup is actually lit. The World Cup, the festivities, everything is lit. I thought they were gonna fuck over the city, because what the city did, what Toronto did, is they said, yeah, no driving in this corridor. By the stadium and by the streets, by Lakeshore, they're like, yeah, no cars. And I'm like, nigga, how the fuck am I getting there? I ain't taking one of your dusty ass street cars, the subway, line 5, line 1, line. I'm not doing that. But then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, they set this up less. They shut down the streets closest to the arena, so it's an easy, your whole team, and you can, whenever there's a game, the whole country's team will march down in their colors and shit. There's all sorts of food festivities. There's the fan expo area. The arena with the temporary seating actually looks lit. I was shitting on our arena. I'm like, yo, we have the most dog shit small capacity arena. Then I look at these other arenas, these football arenas that are in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere in America, not even close to the main city infrastructure. And then I look at ours. I look at Toronto. I look at Vancouver. I look at Seattle. And the city infrastructure, the everything around the game in the stadiums. After the game, you go outside, you have the fan expo, you have all the stores, you have the infrastructure set up. Everything is blessed. But in America, some of the cities, man, you got to drive an hour out to the stadium, just parking lots surrounding it. I'm like, the FIFA experience in some of these American cities is probably dreadful. But the way they did it in Toronto, in Vancouver, and in Seattle, top three. And the experience there at the games is insane. Y'all got to follow me on Instagram. I'll start posting some of them shits. But y'all want me to do it? Y'all want me to actually do the IRLs? I'll do the IRLs, but I'm not finessing. I'm honestly gonna need some money from y'all.
Weirdo.
Whoops. Just called myself a weirdo. Wrong one.
Hit the super chat.
We're gonna need some investment from y'all, man. We are gonna need some investment from y'all. I'm gonna need some PayPals. I'm gonna need some, because I have indoor recording materials, chat. Yeah, we taking donations, man. If Abba and Preach can be a hypocrite, then so can I, bro. I can call out people for the fundies and then join in on the fundies, because this is entertainment at the end of the day. Nobody's gonna hold anybody accountable. If you like the fucking person, you're just gonna go with it, right? You know what? That's so fucked. When I thought about it too, I'm just going on random tangents now. Fuck it. This is the most unorganized stream of all time. When Duke the Don was getting cooked, and Duke was like, y'all niggas, y'all didn't really like me in the first place. Y'all never fucked with me. I'm like, what is Dude talking about? You're just being held accountable for an isolated incident. Why does this come down to y'all never liked? Y'all were never this. Y'all were never that. Because the whole chat was exposed. They're cooking him and holding him accountable. And I understood now what he meant by niggas never liked him in the first place, because he expected what other folks expect from their fan base. The way Abba and Preach got that buff from their fan base. Whether they're wrong or right, their fan base is still going to be out there supporting, not cooking them, not calling them names, going at other fan bases to support them. That's what Duke the Don was looking for from his audience and never received, because that's what Abba and Preach's audience does. Tommy Sotomayor said this a while ago. He said other people that are not liked will be held to the fire, and everything they do, you'll have the crowd trying to hold them accountable, and people that they do like will be propagating the same type of fuckery, and no one will hold them accountable. I'm like, Tommy, you just sound salty because folks are holding you accountable. I'm like, nigga, you full of shit. You trying to escape with a lack of accountability. And then I realized these niggas are right. I was wrong as shit back then. I understand it throughout experience through this internet shit. Some people just get that almighty push and folks don't care. They're like, fuck it. You're him. We like you. We rock with you. So you don't have to stay consistent. You don't got to be real. You don't got to do nothing. You just got to call out the folks that I don't fucking like. And then you got the whole crowd cheering for them. I'm like, okay, so that's what we're doing here? Great. I'm going to still keep it a stack because I don't know how to do anything else. But it is what it is. No, I do not have a DJI. I do not have a GoPro. I have, right now I'm looking into 2 camcorders. I have a Sony 4K camcorder, and then I have this dog shit of whatever the hell this thing's called. I can't even remember what it's called. It's another camcorder right there. I have a Sony A5100. I have a Canon 7D. What the fuck do I have? What the fuck is this? I got a Canon T3i. This shit's a 2-pack of ass. Hold up, chat. Got a Canon 7D with this telescopic lens. I got a bunch of cams. I have real photography cameras for my business, in which sometimes I do photo shoots for weddings, engagements, and stuff like that. Video. I don't have vlog cameras. I don't have a DJI, and I don't have a GoPro. I have professional cameras for footage, for telescopic photo shoots, for stuff like that. But you said the T3i still holds you down. The T3i, yikes, man, that's a 2-pack of ass. This piece of dog shit. I have the 7D, the 70D, the 5D. These are all Canons with big ass lenses, and I have that big ass other lens, but I don't have an action cam. So I need to pick up a DJI, whatever it's called, the one of the Luna Pro, GoPro, something. You got to get something. So yeah, so if y'all will actually watch the IRLs, we might as well start getting these IRLs done. Because in the summer, man, ain't nobody trying to be sitting up in the crib all day, man. Niggas trying to get out there. Shout out to y'all. I've been actually talking for entirely too long, man. We dragging on. We out, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat.